Yo, what's up, guys? Hope you're doing pretty good. Today is Monday the 15th. Pretty boring day. Close out a lot of positions, but I don't really have any good trades right now. I like the way that Tesla's setting up, looking pretty good. I'm not going to chase it. We will talk about that in this video. If you guys have any tickers, normally the way this goes through, go through Tesla, go through the market, talk about some trades that I'm in or looking at. I answer your guys' questions. So if you guys have any tickers or any questions in general, let me know. Put them in the chat area. We got 34 people watching. Make sure you hit the like button. The earlier, the better. So it will push this out to other people on YouTube. And yeah, any questions, any tickers, stick them in the chat section. I will go through and go over them. Usually I want these to last like not 15, but like 30 minutes, and I always go way too far. So whatever. I like doing these. A lot of people seem to like these live streams because I get to teach a little bit more as opposed to like the daily update videos and stuff. So any questions, any tickers, anything you have, let me know and we'll go through it. Hey Pete, what's your thoughts on Palantir? I mean, honestly, let's look at Palantir. We'll look at Tesla too. We'll go through that first. Let's do Palantir. I wouldn't touch Palantir, just personally. Like 100-day SMA, been trending under that. Tried to break over it on earnings, pulled back, consolidating. For me, the RVR is just not worth entering, which happens a lot. Like that's one thing I want you guys to know. Like with my trading style specifically, a lot of times people are like, hey, this looks like a good setup, but like I don't have to hit every good setup. You know what I mean? I have to just hit the ones I feel really confident in. I don't feel confident in Palantir. Personally, I wouldn't touch it. If you're in it, you can just let it ride. And, if you want to take a stop loss, I'd set a stop at 864, 865, because that'd be like a clear break and lower lows. So that's what I'd be doing. Hit the like button, guys. Let's do Tesla first. Tesla's up big today. Tesla's up 4%. Talked about this cup and handle last week. We did a live stream, I think, on Friday. Really good. Solid day on Tesla, up 4%. MACD just crossed to the upside once again. I'll go through here. MACD crossed to the upside. Money flow is pointing straight up, which is a good sign. And the stochastic RSI is pointing straight up, which is a good sign. If you guys remember, that's what we're looking for, right? We're looking for MACD up, RSI up / money flow up, stochastic RSI up, which is really good too. And we push through this area. So this point right here at 913 was a pivot area. A pivot is basically just a spot that a stock has to push through in order for us to take out that next level. And so you can see there's a very thin area on the volume profile from here up to $1,000. I think Tesla's going to hit $1,000. Am I going to take a position? I have a long-term position right now, and I don't really care to enter. The risk versus reward is just not really there for me. Another 7% move up, and then I'd have to set a stop loss at break of the 200, which is a 5% loss. Risk versus reward's not there for me. But it does look like we're going to continue to push up, which is really good for Tesla. We can look at some options here. I don't think anything really unusual has come through on Tesla. Bullish flow is 11.4 million. Bearish flow is nowhere to be found. Let's just take a look. I don't trade Tesla a lot, as you guys probably see. Mainly because there's so much noise. I try to get away from the noise because there's a lot of hedging involved and shit. So I don't like to deal with that. Nothing really crazy. Some puts being sold at 930, 925, 922. So looking like big money doesn't expect it to close under that this week. Yeah, nothing crazy. Tesla looks good though. Looks really good. So if you're in it, you can hold on to it. Do that up. Hit the like button, guys. We have 157 people watching. Only 35 hit the like button. I hate to ask, but it really does help to push this out. All right, let's go through some questions. Did Palantir? Do you see Tesla going back to 700? Not soon. No, I don't know. I mean, I don't, like I said this last week, this is a weekly chart. Let's just look at the weekly really quick. If you look at the weekly, it's looking like we have a big bull flag on our hands, but Tesla could reject here at 940. This is the weekly fib, or push up to 1,000 and reject. I don't think we've hit the bottom, but I have no puts in the market at all, except for some Apple puts that are worthless. So while I say I don't like where the market is, I don't have any bearish positions. So realize that. I'm kind of scaling out. I don't have a ton of trades open right now. I am testing this new strategy, which is performing ridiculously well. We can talk about that right now. But the market's been performing ridiculously well. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, this new strategy is freaking amazing. Like, the market's been going up. Anyone can make money when the market goes up. But the strategy's been doing very, very well. So Tesla could hit 700. I think in the next 12 to 18 months it will. We'll see what happens. What do you think about Walmart? So let's go over Walmart. They have earnings today. I don't think their earnings are going to be good, to be quite honest. I just feel that across the board, do they have earnings today or is it tomorrow? No, it's tomorrow. I don't think retail is going to do well, to be quite honest. I personally, if we just look at this setup here, technically, you have this support, and then this is a new resistance here at 133. Kind of a rising wedge here on the weekly. I personally think that Walmart is going to take a slump back down to like 126, potentially, maybe even 125. So for me, I wouldn't be playing Walmart, and I think it's going to drop. How are we looking on that Zoom position? So if you're part of the private group, I took a position in Zoom today. The only reason I took a position, this happens a lot actually, so I do want to talk about this a bit, because if any of you guys are in the private group, you'll know I posted a position on Zoom. If you want to become part of the private Discord community, we have a free Discord community down below, which you can join completely for free. You get access to all the courses, live streams, seminars, webinars. It's all free. You guys are on this live stream right now. It's free. But if you want to upgrade, you can go to the upgrade section, and it's like $25 a month, which is like 75 cents a day. And we closed out like 36,000 in profits last week. A huge part of that was GoodRx. But overall, been testing this new strategy, performing really well. And I took this position on Zoom. And a lot of people ask me, and it's a solid question, right? A lot of people ask me, what's the price target? Or why are you, like, when do you plan to exit? And here's the thing. Normally, if I'm trading like a normal setup, let's just look at Tesla really quick on like a bigger time frame. For this, on like the daily, my take profit would be like 980 to $1,000. Why? MACD's crossed to the upside. The RSI will probably, or the money flow will probably be overbought at that point. The stochastic will probably be up over 50. And there's a big area of rejection and a big area of volume up around $1,000, right? However, when I'm testing a strategy, I don't really have like a planned exit. It's when the strategy is hit. So that's the thing. Like, you can't add the variability. Do you post wins and losses? Yeah. Last week we had 3 losers. I think it was, I have to look back, but yeah, I posted the wins and losses. Last week we had a couple of losses, and this week I'm going to have like, I think like a $3,000 loss on, Apple. I don't know. It's within the Discord somewhere. I didn't post all weekend. But I made a video on Friday. Here we go. And then I made a little thing you can download to see all the trades and stuff. But yeah, I lost on Nike, Comcast, and Intel. Those are the ones I lost on last week. But so when you're testing a strategy, you want to remove human emotions as much as you humanly can. Like, that's your main goal. So for me, do I post all my trades in the premium chat? Yes, I do. So for me, like with Zoom, I would take profits at 112. The only reason I entered this trade is because we crossed on the EMA. That's the only reason. That's what I'm testing. So if I'm testing this, I will enter on the cross, and then I will exit on the cross. And if that makes money, great. If it doesn't, like last time, let me go back. I don't know why that did that. Like last time, it didn't make money. So I'll exit. So a lot of people will ask me like, hey, when do you plan to exit? That just whenever the criteria is met, or if the position's up and it's like overbought. But for me, like, I plan to exit Zoom at like 113. But I think that there's this like weird thing with trading where like we want to overcomplicate shit, and so it's like you want to know like, why'd you enter? What do you do? Like, most of the time, guys, like I don't really enter because I'm in love with something. I enter because my criteria is met, and I exit when my criteria is met. I don't really put too much thought into it, right? Like a lot of people like want to put more into their trades, and like I don't. Like, if I didn't have this Discord community, if I didn't have this YouTube, guys, like I would be trading 20 minutes a day and that's it. Like, I don't like the stock market is one of those things where like the more you put in it, you do not ultimately get out the same amount. You know what I mean? But going back, Zoom's looking good. Good push right here up to 110. I'd like to exit Zoom at like 112, 113. Hit the like button, Pizza Legend. Nick, thank you so much, bro. Also, do you think this is still a dead cat bounce, so the market will still reach a new low? It's a good question. Let's go over the market. I think that we had a really solid relief. I can't see us getting over 430. I can't see SPY holding over the 200 SMA. So yes, I do think this is a dead cat. However, like I said, I don't have mass amounts of put positions in. So I'm just trading with what the market's giving me. Right? One thing I want you guys to do, and this will change your trading forever, right? Forever. Don't try to predict. Trade with what you have. Okay? A lot of people think that in order to make money, you have to be ahead of the game. You really don't. You just have to trade with what is in front of you. If a stock is in an uptrend, trade the uptrend. If a stock is in a downtrend, trade the downtrend. When you try to like time reversals and shit, that's where it becomes hectic, because market makers and big money know that, and they will purposely cause max pain and fucking destroy your positions. So for me, like I don't have a ton of puts. I actually have one put and it's worthless. So for me, I don't think this was lows. But I'm not betting big against the market. Mike, thanks, Pete. Waiting for UNG to drop and sell puts seems inverse to the market. Your thoughts? UNG. Natural gas funds. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, so I wouldn't. We have a real janky, a couple of patterns in here, right? So, very first one, cup and handle, and then the very next one would be a head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders that we had at this bottom. I can go through and kind of draw this out briefly, but head and shoulders, very briefly, neckline breakout. I think this is gonna run. Honestly, I think UNG is gonna run, but the RVR is not hugely there for me. MACD cross to the upside. Stochastics looking good. Money flow is pointing down, but if we get some volume, this thing could like really fucking run. I hope Tesla goes back down. Ivan, I hope so too, man. Are you still in those Apple puts? What's your plan? Shen Yun, yes, I am in those Apple puts. They are going to expire worthless. I thought that we had this nice head and shoulders on the daily. Pushed right through it. Ran like a I don't want to curse. Ran really strong. So I'm just going to take the loss. What price must Tesla Mona makes more? What price should Tesla close by end of today if you want to remain bullish on the stock? I want to see Tesla hold over the 200 SMA. So like I'd really like to see it hold over 909. Ergo like, thank you. Hit the like button, guys, for sure. Tesla 700 after the split. Let's do it up. Got into Zoom, got a huge volume candle on the 15-minute little bit ago. Let's go. If you're in the premium group, we entered Zoom monthly calls at the, I think it was like at the strike. Also, do you see Tesla pulling back after the stock split? Eligibility date is on 8/17. I don't think the split specifically is going to like mess with the short-term stock price, but yeah, we could see that for sure. If we close above 940. Sunshine, do you have Tesla calls? I do not have Tesla calls. I have Tesla shares. I think Tesla's going to run, but I don't have calls because I don't feel that confident, right? Let's break down a position. I like to break these down a lot. What should your risk versus reward level be? Anybody here? I know you're probably latency by like couple of seconds, but what should your risk versus reward profile be? What percentage are we willing to risk in order to make money on? What should our RVR be? No wrong answers. So go comment. If it's the wrong answer, no one's going to make fun of you. If they do, I'll fucking kick them or something. But what should our RVR be? As I sip my coffee. 3%. 1 to 3. Sunshine, tie, 5%. So JDH, 5% would be like great. 10% would be great. But really like 1 to 3 is realistic, because a 1 to 5 would be nice, but you'd have to be trading something crazy. 1 to 1 million. Belloc, I like your mindset. 1 to 3. So 1 to 3, 1 to 2. So that means if I'm willing to lose 1% to test something, I have to be able to make at least 3%. So if we think Tesla's going to run to 1,000, which I think is a hard top, that's a 7% potential return. A stop loss would be under the 200 SMA. I don't want to prematurely set a stop loss. So for me, I would stop out at 883. That's an RVR of 1. So I am risking 6% to make 7%. Doesn't make sense to me. That's why I wanted to enter down at 850, because we have a resistance of 1,000, and I would set my stop loss at a clear break of 800. So let's say 790. That's a 5% loss for a 20% return. That is an RVR that we want. That is a good risk versus reward ratio. So personally, if I had calls and we got in down at 850, I'd be trimming some right now. I'd be selling half and half, and then probably sell the rest at 1,000. All right, let's go back up. Big meat Pete, what's up, bro? Let me see. Hit the like button, guys. Thank you, Tony. Plan for Lucid, ZM, and Dollar Tree. I'm just holding them all. They're all trades in our Discord now. Lucid, 1 hour, descending wedge, holding here, TTM squeezing. I'm looking for Lucid to run up to 1950. What was the other one? Dollar Tree. I have that on my list as well. Dollar Tree, EMAs crossed, squeezing, holding, hoping for a run up to 168. But like, if I'm testing a new strategy, I am not committed to this at all. Like, if it breaks, and I sell. I'm out, right? Which I think you should be like that with everything, to be quite honest. And Zoom's looking fine too. All right, so let's see. Talked about Zoom, Tesla. Do you have Tesla calls? No. Here I am. What's up, Gayton? Is it 11 and 22 Sunshine? So the new strategy is what you're talking about. And here's the thing, like, I'm testing tons of shit. Like, you can't see all of my watch list, but I'm testing 13 cross up through 26, 11 cross ups through 22, 1 hour cross up 13 through 26, 30-minute stock cross. So what I do is I test a strategy, I run it through 100 times, and I look at that data of 100 different trades, because you can't do it with 10 trades, right? I look at 100 different trades and I say, is this a viable option? And then from there, we continue to back test it. I'm running the 13 through the 26. It's slower. You can run the 11 through the 22, but I'm running the 13 through the 26 right now just because it's a little bit slower, which gives me more room for stop losses and stuff. But either of them will work. Tesla will be 300 after the split. How is that effing going to 700? Can you show us your TOS settings for money flow so we can set it upon our desktops? Yeah, so basically, let's go to a money flow real quick. Properties. For a money flow, I just have the set length 14, lower is 20, upper is 80. Now, you can set your lower to 10 and your upper to 90. If you do that, it is rarely going to be overbought or oversold. But when it is overbought or oversold, it is like a hard line in the sand, like this shit's gonna reject or this is gonna bounce. So it depends on your parameters. I have it set to 80, but you can see like every time it hit 90, which is probably like once in a year, 2 times in a year, like it rejected very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. What are your thoughts on Target? You expect them to beat earnings? I like Target long term, but I don't think they're going to beat earnings. I think it's going to be a really bad year for retail companies, to be quite honest. If Target drops down to like 100 though over the next couple of months, I would totally buy the shit out of it. I can see 1,000, but I can't see 1,000, but it would be cool. Yeah, I mean, I hope Tesla doesn't go to 1,000, but that's that next level if we hold here. I want Tesla to shit the bed so I can buy more. I have a 750 call expiring 2023. Getting worried. You guys think we'll go back down? 750 call on Tesla. I mean, here's the thing. A 750 call for January 2023 is not bad. I mean, you're deep in the money, but my question, Jill, would be what percentage of your portfolio is that? Guys, I don't ever want you risking more than 5% of your portfolio per trade. Most of the time, I'm only risking 2% of my portfolio per trade, right? So if you're in my Discord community and you're in the upgraded section, which is just like 75 cents a day, like every time I post, I try to post my percentage size. So like the Zoom position I took is 2%. The Dollar Tree position I took is 2%. I try to not put a lot into a single position because we're trying to maximize, especially when you're testing a strategy or an edge, we're trying to maximize our sample size, right? Like you can't run a study on like, let's say we're like had a medication that we were testing for like the public market. Like we can't test it on 10 people. Like what if 5 of them die because they have like some sort of condition? Like you have to test it on thousands and thousands or hundreds of trades minimally. But yeah, 750, if it's not a huge portion of your portfolio, I would hold on to it. Ergo, Zoom options do look low. Yeah, they do. Rob, open source classroom. What's up, bro? If you upgrade your membership, you upgrade your trading skills. Let's go, man. Yeah, we've been fucking killing it recently. JDH, do I post my wins? Yes, I do. Do I post my losses? Yes. All my trades are in the premium chat. Which time frame? The strategy is based on like a 30-minute right now. Paid for the month already with Zoom. Let's go, Matt. Fuck yeah. Man, you guys are typing a lot. This is dope. I like when you guys ask a lot of questions. Let me go through. On the new strat, it crosses back and forth sometimes. Yes. Let me see. How about an exit point for Lucid and Dollar Tree? So for Lucid, I'm looking for a move up to 1950. Preferably. That's what I would like. Dollar Tree, I would like to see move up to 170. I'm probably going to close Boeing too. Boeing was one I'm up about 700 on. This is a trade I took on Friday that I was testing out on this cross. We have a good run here and we're up through this pivot point. So Boeing might continue to rally. You're amazing. Thank you, Sunshine. You're fucking amazing. What is a good time to enter Tesla today? Personally, I would not enter Tesla today unless it drops down to 908. The RVR is just not worth it. Jacob, I've gotten crushed trying to time reversals. Seriously, guys, this is all right. So this is really important. And I traded like 5 years without doing this. Now maybe like 4 years without doing this. But when I was talking to a mentor of mine, this is like 2017. I'm gonna try to do this with a stock. He was showing me 3 different charts, and one of the charts, I'm just gonna actually do this. I think I can make a whiteboard really quick and kind of draw this out. All right, there we go. Hopefully you guys can see this. I can't see, so hopefully you guys can see this. But so he showed me 3 charts, and the first chart kind of went like this, right? Slowly made its way up. All right, and then the second chart went like this, slowly made its way down, and then kind of like stopped. And then the third chart he showed me was kind of like just sideways. And he said, which chart would you rather be trading? Chart 1, chart 2, or chart 3? I want you guys to comment which chart you'd want to be trading. I had to take it off the screen briefly, but I want to hear what chart you guys would be trading. 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2. Okay, so all over the place. This is really fucking good. Do you give out all your trades before you trade them? Yes. So as soon as I enter a position, it gets set there. And I'm actually in the point right now where I'm trying to set web hooks so that this way you guys get into it. Okay, so all right, 2, 3. So why would you trade number 2? I think this is the question that I really. All 3 is doable. Completely true. So for me, I always was trading chart number 2. The reason I was trading chart number 2 is because I always saw it as a deal, right? I always thought to myself, like, chart number 2 is a deal, right? Like, this chart is oversold to shit. The stock was once trading up here. At some point, this thing has to recover, right? That was my thought process. And the truth is, why would you be playing a losing game? Like, if a stock has done nothing but go down, why would you try to time a reversal? Right? Like, you are much better off trading something that's uptrending, as long as it's not like ridiculously overbought or something. And we'll talk about some examples here. And then you'd be better off buying every single time we tap a support and playing these runs up here. Like, you would be significantly better off doing that, right? Like, that would be much better. Now, you can trade number 3. Number 3 is not bad if you can just grab support and resistance areas. But it's like, most of these companies that die rarely recover, right? Like, look at Wish. The shit is fucking dead. Like, this thing is never going back up to 3250. And if it goes back up to 3250, good for you. But if you look at these companies like Wish, hopefully Palantir is not one of them, like a Neo. Neo did the unbelievable. But if you look at most of the companies that are just, I won't say Neo. Neo's a bad example. But if you look at most of these companies, it's just like, trading in a downtrend is just not worth it. Trying to predict when something is going to bounce is a pretty bad idea, right? Affirm, good bounce, good RX. Now, investing in a company, right? Investing in a company that is downtrending, but you believe that the company will do well long term, is very, very, very important, right? That's where you can find some discrepancies. So I saw Peter say short it then. That's true. But here's the thing. Shorting a company, okay, so this is the thing. It depends on what you mean by short. If you mean actually short it, actually take the shit, like borrow shares against the stock and short it, or do you mean getting puts? Getting puts on a company like Wish is not a good idea, right? Like, the options market on this is dog shit, right? And we need volume. If you're gonna be trading options, you're gonna actually be going and getting puts. Like, we need volume. There's not a lot of volume on Wish, so borrowing against them, Peter, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, so like, if you're gonna actually go short term and borrow shares against and actually short the company, it's not a bad idea. But for me personally, with how high the interest rate is, like, I think through TD, my shorting interest rate is like 10%. It's just not worth it most of the time. Because if I go short, let's say I go short and over a year I make 30%. I have to pay 10% for borrowing the shares. Then the government's going to bang me for half of it. Interactive brokers, they have actually reached out to me multiple times about partnering with them. I would do it. I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out, but I just don't like partnering because I don't want to like have ads on my channel. I don't mind having like YouTube ads, but I don't really want to like have affiliate ads and shit on here. Hit the like button. But the biggest thing, guys, I realize is just trading with the trend. Just makes life easier, right? Like, it makes your life easier. Let's go back. Talked about this. Let's go through. I've gotten crushed out of time reversals. We're in a rowboat. Big money likes to move in tidal waves. Always try to row in the same direction in the wave or you'll be fucked. I agree, Rob. Very true. Looks like a cup and handle. It is. When trading with the trend, you talk about intraday, daily, or weekly when deciding a position. It really just depends on your personal style. Like, a lot of people like to day trade. The appealing side to day trading is that you hold nothing overnight, which I can sleep better sometimes. But for me, I don't like sitting in front of the computer all day, right? Like, I would rather swing trade and just have it be slower. Tesla inverse head and shoulders on the 1 hour, clear as day. Inverse head and shoulders on the 1 hour. Yeah, got a little inverse here. If we can push through this, that'll be our pivot to get up to 1,000. Let's see. Would you sell your long-term shares in Tesla after the split? If Tesla runs to like 1,100, I would. Maybe I'd sell my long terms. I don't know. I don't have a big enough position in Tesla right now to care to close it out, honestly. Still in Lucid calls. Yes, I am. Let me see. Can you take a look at Roblox? Let's do it. I traded this last week, closed it out a bit too early. Looks like probably run up to like 60. The RVR is not the best. Like, from here up to 60 is 22%, down to support at the 100 SMA is 22%. If you're in it, I'd let it ride. If not, it's really up to you, but I think we can hit $60. How do you feel about the whole market here? I got some SPY puts, you said. Okay. I don't like the market, but like I said before, I don't have massive put positions in the market right now. For me, I would rather just be sitting, like I have 70% cash right now. I would rather have some money in the market to where if everything recovers, great. If not, I do have a shitload of money on the sidelines to average down pretty heavily. Amazon 155 to 160. I haven't looked at Amazon in a bit. I have some Amazon puts that are worthless too. I don't think so. I don't think Amazon's going to push through the 200 SMA. I think we're going to reject here, personally. If Target, Home Depot, and Walmart miss earnings and their share prices fall in response, how much an impact will they have on Tesla? Not that much. They're completely different companies. I don't think they're going to have much at all. What market cap would Tesla be at after $1,000 split? Well, the market cap doesn't change. The market cap's still the same. You just have more shares. But at $1,000, the market cap would be 5% of whatever the market cap is right now. So market cap's 9.7. So like it'd probably be like $971 billion is the market cap as of, I don't think this is updated for today. But a split is not going to change the market cap. The split would change like EPS and stuff, but it's not going to change your market cap. It's still going to be the same. Can we set an SMS alert with TradingView crossovers? Yeah, you can do that. I think with TradingView, I don't know about with TradingView. With TrendSpider, I have it set to where I'll show you guys on Tesla. So like I can't change the color. It's in purple, but like it shoots me a text message when it crosses. And so last time it crossed for Tesla, it was on Friday, and the stock is up 6.5% since. Pete, enjoy your teaching. You rock. Thank you. What percentage of cash should one be holding during a weird market, in your opinion? 50-50. 70-30 is the least. Like, I always have at least 30% cash sitting around, even when the market's running. But I would say 50-50. I have 30-70, just because I would way rather sell cash secured puts far out of the money and just make a small amount of cash. Like, I'm in a wealth conservation mode right now, just because I hate where the market is, and I'm fortunate enough in my life right now to where I don't have to force things, right? Like, I don't have to try to make money for, like, I live like a pilgrim, and I make good money, so I don't have to worry. What's your thoughts on Amazon? I don't think it's going to push through the 200. I think we're going to reject here. VHang, really helpful Tesla analysis. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Hit the like button, comment anything that you guys want me to go over, any questions. It doesn't have to be technical analysis. It could be mindset for trading, etc., etc. Let me know. Love what you were doing here. DeCarlo is Buddha of trading, Zen-like. Thank you. I try. I actually have the Marcus Aurelius. It's not Buddha at all, but or Buddhist at all, but it's Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I read it every morning. Changes my fucking life. Yeah, I try to just not care. Honestly, it's really about it. Tesla fan, what's the difference between the mentorship group and the premium group? The biggest difference is all of the courses. So you get like the 60 something hours of courses, and you have direct access to me. So like, there's a lot of times, like, you can see my DMs. I cleared them out this morning. I get a shitload of DMs. I get tagged a lot in the free community and in the premium community, and like, I can't respond to all of them. There's just too many people. So the biggest thing is like, it's kind of like a screening system. Like, if you're in sales, it could be a click funnel, but also for me, it's more of like a screening system. Like, you can get access to X amount of things for free, but then if you want to take it a little more seriously, you can pay $25 a month to get access to my trades. And if you want to take it even more seriously and actually have direct access to me myself, then you can become part of the mentorship group, because I just can't respond to everything in a timely manner. Like, that's, and that's why even within the Private Capitalist Academy is the company. Even with this, like, there's only like 100 people in it. Like, I don't promote it. You guys probably rarely hear me talk about it because I don't want a shitload of people in here. I can't respond. And I want to keep it to a point where I can respond. So that's the main difference. Like, a lot of times people ping me and they're like, when should I sell? Like, I can't respond to that. on a scale. Like if there eventually becomes 5,000 premium members, like I can't respond to everybody. So that's really what it's there for. Got myself into calls. Zoom is taking off. Yeah, it is, Peter. Doing good. Up 1.7%, 1.6%. See if we can push through. Got myself into some calls on Friday for the split. Great info provided. Thank you so much. If you guys do want to upgrade, like I said, the thing is there. And then if you do want to get access to me directly through the mentorship group, I'll put the link down there. I'm going to cap it at like 110. I think there's like 104 people. And then like every month or so, I try to like add a couple more. But like my biggest goal as a content creator is to keep the consistency of how good of a teacher I can become. I see too many times where people like scale too fast and then they can't teach. Like I don't want that to happen. Spy fill in the gap. Let's take a look. It's a gap to the upside. I don't know. I don't see a gap. I don't see a gap. I don't know. Let me know what gap you're talking about. Coolahan. TA stock name is really amazing. Thank you, Peter. Hell yeah, Sunshine. There's a lot of bots. So we have like the unusual options bot in our Discord, and then I post all of the unusual flow from Blackbox by hand. There are a couple of good bots out there, but I want to add more to our Discord community. The biggest issue that I have is it has to be accurate. I don't want to give you guys inaccurate information for the sake of giving you a cool bot. That's why I got rid of the Trading Ticks bot that we have, because it just was not accurate enough, and I don't want you guys to follow some bot randomly. You know what I mean? And have you guys like not be able to do that. Damn, there's a lot of questions. Keep letting me know. I'm trying to go through these quick. I'm like all the way back up, like where we started. What's your opinion on a mental stop loss? I think that if you're new to trading, you should never use a mental stop loss. You should use a hard stop loss. But if you've been trading for a while, a mental stop loss is very important. Because with a mental stop loss, you like a lot of times market makers will drive stocks through the different prices to purposefully get you guys out of positions. So for me, I like mental stop losses a lot. That's really what I use. But that's why I use smaller percentages of my portfolio whenever I'm trading. Bought 100 shares of Tesla, 975. Should I start to scale out or wait to sell at the money? Really depends, Chef. It depends on how much of your portfolio it is and when you need the money. If you need the money soon and it's a huge percent of your portfolio, I personally, not financial advice, personally, I would tell you, I would probably just walk away. Solid uptrend is good. It's very true. Sonder in session, smash the like button. Thank you, my friend. My man, I've been with you for a couple of months now, and I feel like you've grown so much in that time. Thank you, Salty Sailor. Fucking love you too, man. Yeah, I've grown a lot, dude. Teaching like really, really helps you, and YouTube really helps you. YouTube is a tough fucking platform, man. You can't help everybody, and a lot of people get pissed, but it's whatever. It helps you a lot. Like if you wanna master something, teach it. Gayton, Fang. Let's take a look. Diamondback Energy, solid support, bounced off. Pretty indifferent. Honestly, I wouldn't touch this. Just not because it looks bad, but just because I don't really. There's nothing crazy to the upside or the downside. Like if we can hold over 130, we can get that rally to all-time highs. But ultimately, it's looking like we will probably drop down to 110. I think a drop to 110 is more likely, especially if we snap 123. Like we're down on this right now. Like money flows pointing down, MACD histograms going down, stochastic RSI cross down. I think Diamondback's going to hit 110. But I don't love it to either side, to be quite honest. Any play on SPY right now? Cool hand? No, I'm not. I just don't like either side. I think we're going to reject, but I'm going to wait a bit. Thoughts on a firm? I think a firm can probably move back up to the 50s or 60s. Earnings coming up. I personally wouldn't touch it. I lost a fuckload of money on a firm. How do you determine the trend? Day, chart, hourly? I mean, if I'm looking at a trend, I'm looking at the daily. Do you expect Tesla to sell off hard a day or two after the stock split? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if that's gonna make a huge difference. For me though, like, I don't think we're gonna get over 1,000. Let's see. Should we be playing post earnings on retail this week? You could. Um, you could. Like, I think if you're gonna play earnings at all, I would always play spreads. But it really depends. Like, I just hate earnings in general. Like, I used to watch my P&L change drastically based upon earnings. It was ridiculous. But you could, yeah. If we get like a drop on some retail companies like Target and Walmart, and we don't break through major, or like we break through a support, but it's not down massive, you could follow some puts. To the new strat, how do you know when to cut out on the new strat? Sometimes the 13 crosses between the 26. So for me, in a perfect world, you would exit as soon as the cross happens. But what I've been doing is just waiting for pivot zones. So like LLY last week, if you guys followed, we made a fucking solid profit, and I should have held. If I should have held LLY, I don't know if anybody did, man. But looking at this, like, this is a good example. It crossed multiple times, but I was waiting to exit based upon a break over 306 and a break below 300. And we had that false break, which I didn't close, and now it's running. So really, it's when a big area gets taken out is really when I'm gonna walk away. I noticed in some of your videos you sell cash secure puts when you're bearish. Aren't those better to sell if you're bullish? So all right, so this is really good, Jesse. So selling cash secure puts is bullish, right? The only time I will sell a cash secure put if I'm bearish is because I want to buy the company long term, right? So like let's just take a look at GoodRx, because this was a company I made fucking huge money on recently, but I didn't expect that. So looking at GoodRx, I think that buying GoodRx under $5 is a steal. I thought that we could fall down to $5, so I'm bearish on it, but I want to own it long term. So I sold the cash secure puts because I was hoping that it would drop to $5 so that I could buy it long term. But if I'm actually bullish on the trade, I would not have gotten a strike that was so far out of the money to the downside, because I'm hoping not to get stuck with the shares. So that's a really good question. Like, if I'm bearish and I do that, it's only because I want to own the shares long term. That's the only reason. Good question, Jesse. Lows or HD for earnings? I wouldn't touch either, honestly. I like HD better, but I wouldn't touch either. We have no volume on both QQQ and SPX, but we're still running up. Yeah, and there's no volume, like, there's no, big money's not buying shit either in the past couple of days. So I don't trust that. Like, when a stock is, like, all right, so this is a really good example. So this is normally how you can tell false breakouts. When a stock is running, why is that black? I need to make it green. When a stock is running and the volume is going down, that is usually not a good sign. Money flow is also overbought. So I think the stock market's going to top pretty soon. I think SPY's going to hit 430 and just reject. Using your 13 EMA cross over the 26, looking at Newegg, 13 just crossed over Newegg. Is that like the computer company? I don't know what I mean. Crossover 26 daily. Would this be an example of a stock you would consider? Yeah, what's the ticker? Always take profits? You said Newegg. I don't know what the ticker is. Let me know the ticker and we'll look at it. After the split, Tesla options become cheaper and people with smaller portfolios can buy it if they don't have access to fractional shares. Yep, and it's going to be really helpful for someone who likes to sell cash secured puts on it like me, to where I don't have to put like 100 grand up to sell a cash secured put. Do you still feel Tesla 400 January, February? Probably not 400, no. I do think the markets can make lower lows over the next 18 months. I really don't like the market in general. I still think SPY's can hit 350. But like I said, I'm not betting on it. I'm just saving cash. Do you think QQQ will test 300 again? Probably. I mean, it's looking like triple Qs can hit 342. I think triple Qs is going to test lows again, to be quite honest. Is HUT 8 a good buy? Do you live trade? Sorry, I went over that. Yeah, so I used to live stream every single morning, and live trade, but what I realized, and this is like this is really good for a lot of you guys. I might start doing it again, but when I started my company, it was only the mentorship program. There was no free Discord, there was no premium group. It was just the mentorship group, and I would live stream every morning with them. And during the pandemic, it was fucking great. Like we had 75% of everyone in there watching live every single morning as I traded because everyone's at home. And then what I noticed over the past couple of months is that we're keeping the same amount of members. It's just that like people aren't watching at market open because everyone's at work. So I stopped live streaming because it was just not worth my time at that point. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna live stream for 15 people. Not sound arrogant, like, but I could go make a video that would reach thousands of people. Like there's 300 people watching right now. I love doing this. But I had to look at what's the best return on my investment. I would like to do more live trading. I think I might do live trading in the mornings when I don't have meetings, just for the premium group. So if you are a member, and I would like to do like live trading like Friday mornings or something for free, like on the, like just on the YouTube channel. But you guys have to realize, like, I'm not like, I feel that like when you guys think of me trading, you think like I'm sitting here, I don't know, like romanticizing it a bit. My live trading, like most of the time I'm not trading until like 11 o'clock anyway. Like I'm not sitting here like watching the candles, watching the breakthrough. Like most of the time I will scan the market, watch for entries, take a position, and then just like go for a walk, go to yoga, hit the gym, grab some coffee, read a book, come back in a couple of hours and see where shit is. Most of the time I'm like not actually sitting here like trading and watching small time frames and stuff. Um really thought we'd pull back before the split. I had a put for 930. Stupid, right? No, Joel, it's not stupid. I don't think it's stupid at all. It's just depending upon how big of a position is what would make it stupid. You know, if it's like 60% of your portfolio, then yeah, it's stupid. Never risk more than 5%. Ever. Never. Ever, ever. Please. If you have $1,000, pretend like you have $100,000. You remind me of Brad Finn. Both of you seem consistent, high character, realistic, down to earth fellows. Thank you. I will check out Brad Finn. I'm actually gonna go on YouTube right now and check out Brad Finn. Sounds like a good dude. Yeah, like I feel that oh, I've seen this dude before. Never actually watched his videos, so I've seen him before. Yeah, I feel that like watching me is probably like not highly entertaining. But I don't want it to be. To be quite honest, like I feel that when I look at the financial sector of YouTube, it is a highly saturated area. But I'm here for the next 10, 15 years, right? Like I'm not here to be a YouTuber for the next 2 years. I'm here to be a YouTuber for the next 10, 15, 20 years. So like I don't even know what the fuck Trades is doing or any of those guys. Like is he still doing shit? But like I don't want to be one of those guys who's just like gets huge and like blows up from there. Like I want to really focus on building a long-term community. He's still getting like 18,000 views and shit. God, he does not look good at all. But yeah, so for me it's like it's one of those things where I don't care about being entertaining. I just want to be correct. And people will notice that 10 years from now. But thank you very much, Motto, or MTTOP. I don't know how to say most of your guys' names. What do you think of MCK? Trend is strong. Let's take a look, Ron. Yeah, trend is super strong. This is a trend I'd like to see. A bit overbought. Like the money flow is not looking bad on the weekly. But personally, I'd wait for like a pullback down to 343. But like, yeah, it's a good trend. Buying on those pullbacks. Let me see. What got you into the market and when did you start? Georges, what's up, man? Yeah, so this is a good question. So I got into the market in like 2014, 15, and it was not really in the market. I was in prison and I was thinking, how can I make money? Right? The school system is fucking garbage. They don't know how to make money. My parents don't know how to make money. My friends don't know how to make money. How do people make money? Right? And then so I started like researching and thinking like, how do old rich white dudes make money? I say that a lot. But I was just trying to think like, like, I can't trust the system. The system doesn't know how to make money. The government doesn't know how to make money. The school system doesn't know how to make money. So it's like, how do I make money? And so I just thought of the richest person I knew at the time, which was my grandfather. And he, like, looking back, he wasn't even that rich. He probably had like a mil or 2 mil. But he was always reading and watching the stock market, like always. And so I started like investing a small amount and trading a little bit, but it really wasn't till like 2016 that like I really took trading seriously. Like I remember it was it was actually the day that Trump got elected, and I was sitting there reading an Investor Business Daily, um, at a coffee shop I used to go to, and I just remember being like, yeah, I'm gonna take this seriously. And that's what got me into trading. And I started like heavily in 2016, and it took me like 2 years to really get good. I think the issue is a lot of people have unrealistic expectations on, what did you say? You were where? I was in prison for 14 grams of marijuana. Your boy's a felon over 14 grams of marijuana. Um, but yeah, so like for me, I think people have unrealistic expectations of the stock market, right? I lost like 20 something thousand in my first 2 years trading, and most people would get so pissed by that. And I saw my peers spending $45,000 on a bachelor's degree that didn't really do shit for them. Or just got them into like the running of like, cool, you have a degree, now you need your master's or your PsyD or whatever you're gonna do. And so like I just looked at it like, all right, I spent 25 grand learning a skill. It's not that much. It's not that big of a deal. And I was poor as fuck, mind you. Like I didn't even have a job. That was like everything I had. So for me, I just think people have unrealistic expectations when they start anything. We live in such a short-sighted society nowadays. But that's what got me started. New strat is 1326 on 1 minute or other time frames. Tesla fan, it is a 30-minute. I've tested a bunch though. Ron, Tesla appears to be up against resistance. I joined late, so sorry if you already addressed this. I think Tesla can run up to like 980, 1,000, and then we will reject. Thoughts on Ford? Let's take a look. Yeah, I think before we talk about this, someone said market tuition, market rebel. I agree with you. But I think like my right, like, okay, so this is a really good, I don't want to go on a side tangent here. But if anyone's in sales, right? Um one of the biggest ways to sell people, and this is why a lot of people get fucked, and I hate it. A lot of ways to sell people, the best way to sell somebody is by building them a dream, by selling them what they can become in the future, right? So a lot of traders are going to sell you on like, do you want to become a full-time trader? Do you want to quit that job you fucking hate? Do you want to blank, blank, blank? And for me, like, I will never tell you trading is like not difficult. It's not as hard as other people make it seem, but like most of it is internal, right? For me, I will always say, hey, trading is a great way to make a living, but it's going to be fucking hard. It's going to take maybe 2 to 5 years, depending upon how fast you get onto things. And it's going to take you a bit, but you will make it. And usually within working with somebody, like I can instantly tell if they'll make it or not, like instantly. And I've had a lot of people within my Discord community, like my mentorship group that I started 2.5, 3 years ago, who are like just fucking killing it. Like Angel, Kendo, fucking Rob's killing it. Like everybody over there, Oz, I mean like Oz has been trading forever, but like just everyone, Coons, like I can't even remember everyone else, but like everyone is just, it's fucking amazing when I get to see people like grow and do that. It's so chill. Um, let's go through, let's kind of get through these more. Okay, we're talking about Ford. Ford looks good. If Ford can push through 1637, this thing's gonna run up to $20. I would not enter here. I would wait to see if we pull back to 1460. Into the Wild, what's up, bro? Will shares of Tesla we receive as a dividend change our average per share in our broker account? No, a dividend is normally, unless you have a drip, but normally a dividend is just going to get put to you as like a payout in your account. Tesla touched 180 SMA, bounced back. Love your new strategy. I was doing 9 and 50 on a swing, didn't work. Your strategy is genius. Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, and that, or Ron. And that's the goal. Like, you know, whenever I take a trade, I never expect it to make money. Like, I just take it and see what happens. Build a system over building wealth. if you build a strong system, it will build you wealth. If you focus on making money, it's not always going to do that. What would be the return on a Tesla cash secured put $600 pre-split? Let's take a look. I'm gonna open up my Webull. So I don't know. Tesla put. What would be the return on a Tesla cash secured put? It depends on your strike. Like, let's just go with the September 16th strike. Cash secured put for 600 would be $160. $160. Thanks for answering my questions. What is your advice on grabbing 10% daily? 10% returns daily. I think that's impossible. Like, personally, long term. I shoot for 1% a week, and it's pretty hard. You know what I mean? So for me, we'll see. What's your advice on grabbing 10%? We already did that. What's your usual DTE when selling cash secured puts? It depends. It's a really good question, Benny. So, days till expiration on cash secured puts are different. If I want to actually own the stock, I will go like 3 months out. If I want to just grab a quick, premium, I go weeklies, because that's when theta decay is going to work in your favor. Mike, my break even on Tesla is 1,115. I sold a call at 1,150. Receiving 3,500 premium. Is that too far out? No, I don't think that's bad. I mean, you can roll it if you have to, but I don't think that's bad at all. If we start to break over 1,000, that's when I would worry. It's not bad. If Tesla's not hitting 400 in January, February, how low are you seeing it go? I would probably say we're going to test back down around the 6s, personally. I'd watch live trades. Thank you. Maybe we'll start doing that. Make sure you guys hit the like button. We got 300 people watching, and I think we only have like 173 likes. That's still dope. I fucking love doing these streams. Let's see. QQQ weekly, the money flow peaked at 328. Money flow has crashed, trending up, but crashed. Ditto for RSI on the weeklies. Does that mean the big money exited or now edging in? Yeah, I don't think... I think a lot of this push is retail, especially this last end that we're at right now. But yeah, I mean, you can even watch the unusual flows and the amount of buying that's coming through on the options market, which is normally where they'll hit. A lot of it is really not... Dude, the fuck? Tesla's not up 11%. The fuck is this? Sorry. Cursing. It's not up 11%, is it? It's like 5. Yeah, 3.8. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, I think that big money's taking profits here. And why would you not? The market's up like 12%. So Tesla will go to 700 in 12 to 18 months. I think it'll get to 1,000 a share even after the split in 12 to 18 months. Cyber semi truck factories, you're not calculating that in. Yeah, that's true. I mean, depending on what happens with the Cybertruck, and all those new factories ramping. But for me, I can't see it moving up that much. Hopefully it does. We'll see, Jay. I hope. I think that I just don't like where the economy is right now. There's still a lot of jobs, which is helping. But I think that we're going to see another move down. Thanks so much for what you do. Thank you. Ron, thank you. Zoni, can we look at DraftKings and see the options you bought / hold sold on DraftKings? I don't have anything on DraftKings right now. I closed them out, and it was fucking... I should not have. Oh, no, I never entered. That's what it was. I never entered because it was going to push up. Okay, this is a good example here. So DraftKings, I think it was Friday? Fuck, man. I think it was Friday. I think it was Thursday or Friday. I did a live stream Thursday or Friday, and DraftKings flow came through. I never entered because the max I saw it push up to was here. I think it's going to reject. I would have made bank on those, but I think it's going to reject here at the 200. Market tuition. I agree, man. Hats off to you for coming along this way. Much respect going back from 0 in jail to losing cash and bouncing back. Yeah, George, dude, jail was like, prison was like the best thing that ever happened to me. I will never go back ever. But it was a huge learning experience because you realize how much shit you take for granted, and then you realize how fucked the system is and how much you never want to do that. So, yeah. At least I didn't go for anything crazy. It was just weed. Jacob, I have a 90% salty sailor, 90% mental. It's all mental, guys. It's all mental. And no one talks about that, right? That's why I really want to talk about is the mental side of trading. Jacob, I have a problem planning entries and exits. Any advice? Seems like changes in direction as soon as I get in. All right, so enter and exit is really good. You have to find requirements. Remove as much emotion as you humanly can, right? So that's why I'm testing this strategy, because my old strategy works fucking amazing, but there's too much. So, all right, this is fucking great. So my strategy, my current strategy that I use works phenomenally, right? I've been using it for 6 years. It works great. The issue is, in order for me to share my trades, right? There's a lot that I have to do, that a lot of it is held up to interpretation, right? If you're having trouble with entries and exits, test a simple strategy. And this way there is no interpretation. It's just, if something happens, you enter. If something happens, you exit. So that's why I'm testing the 1326 cross, because if it crosses to the upside, we enter. If it crosses to the downside, we exit. And it's as simple as that. So Jacob, I would say just practice like one specific strategy, whether it's stochastic crosses, EMA crosses, etc., and only enter when that happens and only exit when that happens. So there's no interpretation at all. And that's why I'm trying this, because I want to get to that point where I can just send the alert out, everyone can hit it, and everyone can exit when that happens. But yeah, I would say if you're having trouble with entries and exits, I would just focus on hard entries and exits based off of criteria. I live in Trinidad, using trading 2-on-2 to trade and also invest long term, but the trading is using leverage, which sucks. Trinidad, it's fucking dope. Trading 2-on-2 is a good platform. Like anyone in Europe, a lot of people use it in Europe. It's really good. I also invest long term, but the trading is using leverage. What do you mean by using leverage, Joel? Trading 2-on-2 uses leverage? I don't know. I think Walmart will do well due to back to school supplies. It's not a bad. I mean, it's not bad, Denise, but I think the issue is like we're looking at Q2 numbers, right? It's Q2, yeah, Q2, which will not reflect back to school. That would be Q3. But we'll see. Unless Outlook is phenomenal, which could help. Ron, building a system is very business-like attitude. Hadn't thought of it that way. Yeah, so I mean that's exactly what it is. It's building a system, right? All right, so if anyone, this is a good example. So if anyone's ever done like drop shipping or marketing in general, like Facebook ads and advertising, you run a bunch of ads and you do what's called split testing or A/B testing. Funny enough, I've never actually done this because I don't like running ads, but this is how you do it. I have friends who make bank like this. They create like 10 different ads with different thumbnails, different titles, different words, different copywriting things, and then they'll A/B test them. So they'll take those 10 and then they'll split test them. And what they'll do is they'll test different markets. So like I know my market is men 18 to 45. It's probably what 90% of you guys are. And then the other 10% is women between ages blank blank, or like men over 40 something. So what you do is you build this system for marketing, and then you test them all. And then you come back a month later and you see which ones are doing well. And you take the top 2 and you fucking pour money into those ads. Because if it works, you just pour the gasoline on top, and that's going to just ignite a ton of revenue for the company. It's the same situation with trading. You test a ton of different trading strategies, and you back test them over and over and over. And once you find 1 or 2 that have worked and stood the test of time, you fucking pour, not risky, but you pour gasoline on top of that. You pour cash on it. And so it's all about building a system. Forbes just bought a ton of Revlon stock. Moonshot company? I have to look at Revlon. It's actually probably not a bad idea. Revlon is a really good recession company too. Because you have all these people, they can't afford all the crazy Sephora shit. They'll buy Revlon. Ron, do you have a video on trading with risk versus reward? I don't know. I know we do in the mentorship group in those courses, but I don't know if I actually made a video. Peter DiCarlo, risk versus reward. I may. I don't know. Should I buy black box? Use some flow? No, I don't. But I can do a video if you guys want. If the stock drops on your strategy, what are your thoughts on dollar cost averaging? No, I'm not investing long term. As soon as it crosses, I'm out. I walk away. I'm done. If it's a company you love, then yeah, you can do that. Cash gear puts on Tesla at $600, $160 for a $60,000 investment. That would be better with Tesla. Yeah, I mean it's not a huge return, but it's not bad. The cussing felon investor, yeah, with fucking big ears helps too. Yeah, I don't ever plan. All right, so this is another marketing trick, right? Which I should show my face more while I'm trading and streaming and stuff. But if you're somebody who's into marketing, or if you're somebody who's trying to build a personal brand, right? Be polarizing. Like, be yourself and be polarizing. It's good to just be yourself, but the polarizing aspect is like you can learn investing and trading from anybody, right? But there's a reason why you guys listen to me, right? For some of you, it might just be that I'm a breath of fresh air to trading or whatever, but there's a reason you listen to me. And I feel like I'm a pretty polarizing person. I'm a felon. I've got gauges. I've got tattoos. I'm very successful for myself and I look like I'm 12. Your voice is very unique. Thank you. I've been told I sound like Tom Holland or Jonah Hill, and I don't hear either of those. And I'm just myself. I feel like I just try to be real. So if you're into that, just be polarizing and be yourself. Call Peter genuine. Thank you, my friend. Some say the market crash any day now. Others, investors, November election. What do you say? I don't look it close. How old are you? I'm gonna be 35 in February. Very nice voice. Thank you. I don't look at the next couple of months or next couple of weeks, Mona, but I'm looking at the next 6 to 18, and I do think the market will make another drop. I really do. Probably January, February. Q4 is usually strong, but we'll see. Why do you say the stock market's going to crash when oil prices are coming way down, supply chains are recovering? So I'm not saying the market's going to crash. I think that that's like a bad way to say that. Like, I don't think the market's going to shave 50% off. Like, I'm not a Michael Burry type of person, but I just think that when you look at sentiment, like, big money's not buying into this rally at these levels now. You look at inflation. Yes, inflation is lower, this month than it was last month, showing that we peaked and that we topped. The jobs market is still pretty damn strong. And the housing market is still, there's not enough supply right now to kill the housing market. But when I just look at everything as a whole, I think that with how high inflation is, with still having supply chain issues, which are doing better, but still having supply chain issues, looking at the next 6 to 18 months, I think that there's a higher chance that the market retraces as the economy continues to not fare well. But like I said, I don't have insane amounts of puts or anything. Like, I'm not betting against the market physically. I just don't think at the end of the day, we've seen a bottom. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I'm fucking wrong. I don't know. Same thing. Best thing for me. Just kidding. As a tough, not as tough as prison, dude. The military is more tough than prison, dude. I'm telling you, Ron. Military is more tough than prison. I wasn't in the military. I wish I was, to be quite honest. That's one thing I regret every day. I wish I would have, but dude, it's more tough. All right, let's go through this pretty quickly. I don't know how long I've been streaming. It's been a bit, so let's like kind of speed through some shit. 1 hour and 9 minutes. All right. Rev getting massive whales. I have to look at that on Black Box. What do you think of a $600 put for September? Beatrix or Beach Rice? Beat Rice? I would not do that. Too far out of the money. It's cheap, but the IV is going to be fucking horrendous and the theta is going to be terrible. I wouldn't do that. If you really want to bet against Tesla, I would do a call credit spread for 1,000, or I would get puts at the money. I would not go that far out. Tesla semi-trucks will start getting shipped out as early as 2023. That'd be dope. I want to get a Cybertruck. I ordered one. I want to get a Cybertruck. I want to drive it around Philly like an idiot. And then I want to make some videos on it, and then I want to give it away. It's gonna be my goal. Are you taking into account pre-market in this new strategy? No, I do not trade after hours or pre-market ever. Just number one, because I usually just don't feel like dealing with it, and then number two, I don't use the strategy for pre-market and after hours, just because there's too much noise. What I want to do is remove the noise. I have written on my whiteboard, slow the fuck down, remove the noise. In all aspects of life, I want to remove the noise. So I just don't want to have that much, honestly. Any thoughts on Mara? Let's look at Mara quickly. How long did I spend in prison? 9 months. So my first run was like 72 hours, and then after that I did like 20 weekends, which was actually worse. I would have just rather go straight through. And the third time, final time, was 9 months. 1326 EMA. Yes, it's an EMA. Mara looking like we can run to 20, 25 max. I wouldn't chase. Not the best RVR. Revlon just went bankrupt. I have to take a look at the company. I don't know. What is their I don't know. It's not a company I'm gonna buy. REV. Company's fucking bleeding cash too. Yeah, definitely not a company I would buy. Revenue growth is shit. Return on free cash flow is shit. PE is not even there. Shares outstanding is 3.3. It's not bad, but still. Yeah, I wouldn't invest in the company. There's a lot of companies I would invest in right now, but a lot of what I'm doing is selling cash secured puts on things like PayPal, Uber, GoodRx, which I'm not touching that now. That's up so much. Pinterest, HP, Rocket, Meta. Those are all like what I'm grabbing right now. I'm just selling far cash secured puts. Cussing felon investor. It's very true. Voice is unique. Thank you, Martin. What indicators do you use for the crossover? It's just a 1326 EMA. So whenever 13 crosses up through a 26, and we'll see what happens. Like if this strategy doesn't work, then it's whatever. We move on to the next. Olorin, thank you. Great advice and life lessons. Thank you a lot. How old are you? I'm gonna be 35. Very nice voice. Thank you. I feel like I'm listening to Spider-Man. Thank you. What values do you use for crossover 1326? Do you ever trade the VIX? Why or why not? Maybe a good trade. I don't ever really trade the VIX, to be quite honest. But yeah, you could trade the VIX. It's really up to you. I don't, most of the time I don't even trade the market. Like I never trade SPY, I never trade QQQ. I don't really ever trade Tesla because there's just too much noise. I watch for flow most of the time, and I want stocks where there's not a massive amount of options flow coming through every day, so it's easier to find unusual buys. Got my CDL, will love to have it. Sold my Tesla shares today. Thank you, no problem. Do you expect Tesla to drop when the stock splits? I think we're just going to tap 1,000 and reject a bit. I don't really know specifically how that's going to work with the split and the timing of it. I think the split is what, the 25th or 27th or something? I use the 5 EMA and the 20 for a crossover. You could use that too. Yeah, I've been testing the 11 and the 22, 1326, and maybe I'll test like a shorter one, like a 520 or like a 1020 or something. Or like a 510, I don't know. Thought you did 1322. No, so it's 1326 and 1122 VP. So 1122, 1326. So it's half of whatever the longer EMA is. Jacob, with $32,000, if you were to short 50 shares at $940, expecting it to drop to the 700s, what would be a good plan? If it ran up to $1,000, just hold. Would that be a solid plan or bad? So you're talking about actually selling short. So if you had $32,000 and sold short, how many shares would that be? Fuck. We're just going to go off of the current price right now. So the current price is 933. So 32,000 divided by 933. You could go short on 34 shares. So if you did that at 940 and it ran to 1,000, you would owe $60 per share if you took a loss there. So, you would lose $2,000. The issue with shorting a stock is just usually how high it's just going to be how high your interest is. But for me, like, that's not a bad move. If you want to go short, I would wait for 1,000, to be quite honest. You ever traded BYND lately? It's been going up markedly more than a few times. I think I traded BYND like a month ago. Yeah, when we had this descending wedge. I don't trade it much. Bit of a bearish divergence on the money flows. We made this higher high. It's not looking terrible. Like an entry down at 34.50, take profits at 48.50, stop loss around 32. It's not bad. Okay. What's your RSI and money flow settings in TOS? Well, it's the same thing as this. So it's the same thing I have on here. My stochastic RSI is 14, 14, 3. I'll just take a screenshot and post it. Shoot me a message, Tesla fan, on Discord, because I know you're in the premium group, and I'll just shoot you a screenshot so it's easier. Oh, Nude HD, best adult dating site. I better fucking click that. Fucking cunts, man. I don't understand how you can just like make a living just scamming people. Nobody touch that fucking link, for the love of God. Maybe I need to get a moderator in here at some point while we do this. I want a screenshot too, Ergo. All right, cool. Once, yeah, I'll just post it like within the Discord. So if you're in the free Discord, go check it out. If you're not, use the link in the description. And I'll post it within like the traders chat or something. I'll actually post it right now and tag you, Tesla fan. Here is my money flow and stock RSI settings. If you guys aren't part of it, go check it out. Do you use MACD RSI? I use a MACD and I use a money flow and a stochastic RSI. You can use a regular RSI. Sometimes I mess with them, but yeah, I do. The thing for me though is just like, I don't put that much merit. I really don't put that much merit into lagging indicators most of the time. Firm, long-term, a good idea. Personally, manual, no. I don't think it is. Because if you look at a firm, like, why can't these other companies do it themselves? Right? Look at Amazon. Why could Amazon not just give their own loans out? All right. Have you ever played Tesla Zero DTEs? No, I would not. I would never do a zero DTE, personally. Limit YouTube chat to people subscribe for 3 days or 7 days. I need to remember that, Ergo. I'm going to actually just, like, type that really quick so I can remember to do that. All right, guys. Lucid and Dollar Tree are bleeding out right now. Shouldn't that happen if the 13 crosses a 26? No, it's not like it's not like the cross causes it to bleed. It's just that the cross would be the exit. But I mean, it's not really. It hasn't crossed yet, so I'm not out. Zoom is doing well. Boeing, I'm gonna close. MDLZ is looking solid too. Dollar Tree is down 0.5%. Dollar Tree, I'm probably gonna exit soon though, because it's about to cross. Do you try to time calls with Tesla and or other stocks? I don't trade Tesla much, like I said, because there's just too much noise. I try to trade these smaller companies where there's less noise. So like most of the time, no. But I mean, you can. You guys notice if you're part of the free Discord, I always call my Tesla trades out there for free because the Tesla section is like the biggest section in the Discord. I rarely trade Tesla, but when I trade it, I hit it fucking hard because it's usually a really good setup. I don't like short-term momentum tech stocks. Anything can happen. I like to really, yeah, I agree with you, man. Like Ron, I agree. Like I don't really like trading short-term much. I'm testing this new strategy, but most of the time, like my trades are like a week, 2 weeks long. All right, guys, I'm out. Have a good day. Join the Discord. It's completely free. Link is in the description. Get access to free courses, free live streams, free seminars. Take advantage of the free courses, man. We have so many free courses, and it's all you need to do is just make a teachable account. Like, we're not going to fucking email you 100 times a week. Like, we're not like that. There's a free introduction to the stock market course, which is really good for anyone who's, brand new to investing and trading. There's a technical analysis course. This teaches you literally like all of my candlestick modules, support and resistance, trend lines, trading software programs, indicators. We talk about black box there. Every indicator that I trade with, why I use it, etc., etc. It's all there. And then the most important thing is the Disciplined Traders course. So I took what is my favorite 2 books ever about trading by Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone and The Disciplined Trader, and I made a course around it. Fucking all about psychology in the markets. And they have a ton of free courses. And if you want You can upgrade. So once you're over there, go to the upgrade section, and for $25 a month, you guys will get access to all of my trades. You'll get access to all of the unusual flows that I post from Black Box over there. You guys will get access to all of our senior analysts. So like Angel trades a lot of options. Tommy trades a lot of options. Callan trades a lot of options and shares. And they're phenomenal. In order to allow them to put their trades on my platform, I have a very, very, very high standard for these people because it's attached to my name. So if they're not trading well, I would never have them. And if you do want to become part of the mentorship group, there's going to be like 5 spots left. Link is in the description. The biggest difference, like I said, is that you get direct access to me. So you tag me in that Discord, I respond as fast as humanly possible, right? So guys, thanks for all the support. Fucking love you. We're at like 36,000 subs. The Discord is up to 8,000 fucking people, which is just insane. So thanks for all the support. I love you guys. Peace.